Right now, I'm just doing variant covers. Kasi 30 years na ako sa business. 30 years of doing interior pages. That means a page every day. So ngayon medyo I'm relaxing na enjoying my long experience. In fact, actually, para sa Filipino audience, they just released my variant cover for Arrow number 3. And on that cover is Wave, the leader of Triumph Division based in Cebu, Red Feather, and a new Filipino character called Sea Hunter. So since tatlo sila, my cover is an homage to my Uncanny number 282 cover. This one actually. This one. Yeah, so instead of the bishop and the 2, it's all 3 Filipino characters.
Nice.
Yeah, so come out next month na. So yeah, I'm just doing variant covers right now, relaxing a little. No, my style didn't come natural, but see, I was a sponge, what we called a sponge. So like, if I bought a Jack Kirby comic book when I was a kid, that day, all day I would be drawing like Jack Kirby. And then the next day, if I bought a Neil Adams comic book, I'd be drawing like Neil Adams. So I didn't like that. So there came a year where I think it was 1979 where I actually put all my comic books in storage, and I did not go to a comic book store, did not look at a comic book, and then for years tried to see where my art would go. So that's why medyo unique na yung style ko, because it was just me by myself, not referencing anything. So so it didn't come easy. It came hard, but I was consciously doing that. Well, it's two things. It's interesting. Our culture doesn't really per se consciously celebrate art, but we are. I mean, you look in our ancient history, and we've always been fashionistas. So we've always been interested in the aesthetic. So we've always had that look at what is interesting, what is cool. So for our young artists, they're not only just naturally bent to try illustration, but then also because most of us grow up understanding English or speaking English, we a lot of times understand the culture. So when like Marvel Comics through CB Sabulski comes over to Manila and does a comic search, almost every single artist that applies already knows what American superheroes are like. You know, like you can go to Korea and China and you'll find equivalent skilled artists, but they know nothing about the American culture, American superheroes. So they'll have no idea how to do that, how to draw that, how to write that story. And so it's very easy for us. And so it's very easy for American editors to go to the Philippines and say, oh.
Kind of like music.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. We already understand the market because it's not only the skill. I mean, if it was only the skill, then only the best singers, the best illustrators would get jobs, but that's not true. No, it's, do you connect to the audience at that time? I mean, like, again, using the music metaphor, if Bruno Mars came out like 10 years ago, or 20 years ago during Gary V's heyday, I don't know. I mean, he might be a little too, Puerto Rican, even though both of them are Puerto Rican. But then if Bruno came out 10 years from today, he would be like, we've seen that, been there, done that. So it's really timing with most of the creative fields, and that gives us our leg up that we understand already the market. Yeah, it's very, very close now. One thing that the book Arrow with Wave in it is showing is that I don't know if it's well known yet over here in Canada or stateside, but in Manila, the first two issues of Arrow, they were Manila variants. So that means a store in Manila bought a couple thousand copies. And it's anywhere from 3,000 to 5,000 copies. If you buy that straight from Marvel, that earns you Marvel then contacting like an artist like me and doing a variant cover, which they will officially publish for you with the comics that you bought. So it's a total exclusive. Now that's always been open, but only until Arrow came out and Manila did that with the first two issues, they were able to sell out on that. They were so like now the cover that I just did, it's number 3. So 3 issues, 1, 2, and 3, Manila has bought a variant. So that means they're showing Marvel that the Philippine market is there. And it's just going to take a little bit longer and growing that market just a little more to like the balikbayans here in Toronto and around the world. Once we do that, then I promise you, there will be a Philippine Marvel comic book.
Stone would be a good movie.
Actually, knock on wood, in October, I am talking to producers about that. He originally was going to be Filipino. What happened was that in the middle of 281, I was asked to create a new character. And I was given basically a blank page, saying, basta make him badass. And so I created a character. 2 weeks later, I pitched it on the phone to New York, to the editor, and he said, go. And so my next thing right after he green-lighted it would be to say, oh, by the way, he's going to be Filipino. Before I could open my mouth, he said that, oh, Whilce, can your character be black? Because the black readership, they've been asking for a superhero. And, me being Filipino and gracious, I said no problem because there's always time. So he was going to be Filipino. But see, get this. The impetus for the character itself, because everybody wanted him to be Wolverine. Okay, badass, willing to go step over the line, but he's psychotic. I didn't want a psychotic badass character. So I go, how do I create a badass character that's not psychotic?
With good morals.
With good morals. So then I started going, wait a minute, okay, Gary Valenciano, when he goes to studios in the US and talks to producers around the world, they're just amazed how easy it is for his skills. It's like he doesn't even have to try.
It's effortless.
Yeah. And then I go, di ba ganon din si Batang Efan Reyes? I mean, you watch like his matches with like Fats Damono even. And Batang is just pong, pong, pong. I mean, parang he's naglaro lang siya. It's easy again for him. And I started finding out other people like that too, other professionals, let's say, in Pinoys, and that seemed to be a theme. That the skill set was easy, but the skill set never really took over their lives. They didn't become. Batang is the billiard king in the Philippines, but he's not. His whole life isn't billiards. His whole life, like most Filipinos, are pamilya. Tropa, happenings, going out and ganon. So that is the basis of Bishop. He was born in Days of Future Past. If you're born in a harsh period like that and you're alive still, that means kayang-kaya mo. Just the luck of your DNA, kaya mo. But again, it's not your life because you didn't have to struggle to get there. So what's more important to you is, oy, nasan ba yung next handa? So that's Bishop.